Yeah, I'm just trying to get you guys all to see each other. You know what I mean? This is like people still watch this because they want to know what's happening with AKA in people's lives. I mean, I put Roostem up there. He got more views than I thought. So I said, heck, I'm going to just get everybody's story. So
Right.
I think Hector's got the most active Instagram. You guys have been kind of weak on the Instagram. You guys need to get out there and train. You know,
doing a lot of PlayStation stuff.
Oh, you put a lot of PlayStation?
Looking for not look at Fernando. He been eating too much. Look at his face.
Hey, I have to get him. I wake up and the food is ready, so I have to.
He's ready. He's going for heavyweight. How about you, Haji? You've been training?
Of course, I'm staying in shape. I'm always keeping my weight. And food, I love food. I love eating food, but there is no food like home. So when I go back home to Russia, it's different.
You get
I would eat a lot. So it's like
Javier
if all these guys go back home, they're gonna eat a lot too.
Well, I don't know.
Because they're like mothers, their grandmothers gonna cook a lot. But
that's right.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm in Mexico right now. Like I wake up and the food is ready.
Yeah, wow.
I know. You just spoil.
Yeah.
How is Mexico as far as numbers and safety and everything? I don't know much about Mexico as far as.
Well, I'm living here in a small city, so nobody cares about this. Everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
I've been talking to my brother too in Mexico. They don't care. It's a small town too, so there's nothing like up here. It's crazy. Up there is nothing. They don't care.
Yeah, they still working. Everybody's working.
Wow. So is the gyms open down there in Mexico?
No, but the public
they're
stuff
closed.
like that. They're closed. Yeah.
But see,
everybody works. Everybody works on the ranch and the farms and stuff like that.
That's a good workout.
Like Fernando.
Yeah.
that's a good workout. But Haji over here, he's over here making money because he's in a car. If you see a guy in a podcast in a car, he's delivering something, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm transporting the infected people.
Hey, he's the one.
Be safe, my brother. Be safe.
I'm just trying to keep them away from like healthy people.
Well, very
I'm
nice.
like, you're sick. I'm just driving around on San Jose area, and then I see people sick. I'm just putting them in the trunk and I move them away.
Oh, where's your mask at? You don't wear a mask? I'll be scared as fuck because there's a lot of types of people coming.
Like you.
Yeah, listen. If you have a strong immune system,
Russian people, like everybody's coming from out of town.
Nah, I mean the mask not gonna help you. If you get infected, you get infected. The mask not gonna help you.
That's right. You're right in that.
But it helps to not touch your face.
Yeah.
I can control myself, not touch myself. But if I want to touch, I'm gonna touch.
That's good. That's the secret of staying strong.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, Fernando. You know, if you put your hand like in a bowl full of bacteria, you lift it up, like after 5-10 seconds, all the bacteria is gonna die because you have immune system on every hand. We're humans. It fights itself. So basically, if you're not gonna touch like your face like every second, nothing gonna happen. But you touch the floor, wait 10 seconds, touch it, nothing happened because there's no more bacteria.
Russian science, very good.
I prefer to listen to a doctor than this.
You got it, Fernando?
Every doctor talks different shit. Every doctor tells different.
Yeah, everybody say different.
Well, you guys are like what is life like when they just turn on the brakes? Is this like forced vacation for fighters? And I know Hector keeps working. He keeps showing it on Instagram.
You know what I'm saying? It's, some people make a lot of excuse. Oh, the gym is not open. I mean, if you really want to train, if you love the sport, you can train anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
You can be by yourself. You can be with somebody else. 2 people is good. But, I mean, if you go be around like 10, 20 people, it's not good. 2, 1 is good.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing for any of you guys on this whole situation?
Stay home.
Yeah.
The hardest, yeah. And get people to work with because I'm doing by myself over here. I don't know anybody do MMA over here.
Yeah, if everybody comes in, they launch a fight, and everybody's been.
You don't have to know anybody, Fernando. You can do it
Shadow
yourself.
boxing. Him the heavy bag. That's it.
Yeah, I just think a bunch of people jump into the ring after shadow boxing. It's like a Van Damme movie or something. You know? Maybe you can do the splits and kick some trees. You know what I mean? And get drunk and then train and then yeah.
Hey, Fernando, you can chase the cows over there the whole day.
Yeah, I'll follow them. I'll let them free and then I run behind them.
Shut up, Fernando.
Oh,
That's my
how
work.
did you, Haji and you too? You guys both had fights coming up, or what was going on before this?
In April. I was fighting this month.
All the time it was scheduled and canceled, scheduled and canceled.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the question is, who's going to still be here after this? I mean, UFC, Fight Island. What do you guys think about the Fighter Island? It's like Enter the Dragon, you know,
Yeah.
the guy with the hand, you know, is just going to bring you guys to an island and stuff.
I mean, nobody's paying taxes over there, so everybody will go to fight. They would like to go to fight over there. I'll fight in Iceland.
Yeah, that just depends what country it's in, right? I mean, what if it was on Alcatraz? That would be pretty cool.
If you lose, they're gonna lock you up there. Eh?
Oh, they're gonna throw you in the water.
You have to swim home. You lost. You have to swim home.
The only one survive. Yeah.
But it's like that. I mean, when now they're going to coin the term Fight Island, I'm like, what islands are there in California? You've got the islands by the sharks, the Furlan Islands, a lot of sharks. You know, you've got the one I just said, Alcatraz, and you've got Catalina. So where else is this island? Where do you guys think it is?
Nah, it's gonna be far away.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere like in the neutral water.
Mm-hmm.
What is that at?
20 miles off the 20 miles off the shore.
Ocean. Anywhere in the ocean, some islands.
Between Miami and Cuba.
Yeah, somewhere. Maybe it's a big barge, you know, one of those barges that they have that they tow all the dirt.
Yeah.
Island. There you go. Maybe it's the Chinese island that they've been building over there.
Oh, hell no! Nobody want to go up there.
Not right now, for sure.
What are you guys missing about training the most?
Sparring.
People. Yeah.
No, he said training, like sparrings. I mean, people, yes, but of course you spar with people.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are keeping in touch. Of course, you know, Salim and the twins and, you know, Jamie, they all live together. They're their own portable.
Yeah. There's like 40 people in the same house. So yeah.
Fernando.
They all have sparring partners, yeah?
They all have. They all fight and everything.
For the whole week.
Yeah.
I keep in touch with everybody too, with JJ, Lalo, Javier. You know, sometimes we train like once or twice a week. Yeah.
Stay active.
But I'm in touch with those guys.
And then Haji's over here just making all the money because there's a huge demand for driving right now.
He's the only one driving right now.
No, I did podcast last night with Jamesh.
Yeah.
Jamie, he was driving last night too.
He was?
Yeah. And you know, what's his name was supposed to be on here too, probably Salim. He's probably driving right now. So that's my guess. But California's flexible. You guys know the beaches are open here right now?
Are they?
I tell they close.
Santa Cruz.
They close, right?
Aptos, Santa Cruz, man, they're open.
Oh, wow.
Just not all the hot dog stands and the pizza and the volleyball. You know,
all right.
Social
the
distancing.
games. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know anything like if like all this shit going on, it's true or not, but you better be like safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overdo it.
If it's made up by like people who want to make some money, but all around the world. But if it's not, I mean, at least you've been safe, and you spend a lot of time with your families. You rethink about, like, you have time to analyze your life, perspectives, everything. I think, I mean, at some point it's good for a lot of people, but some people, of course, complaining. I wish I could stay with my friends or with my family at this time. but you know, everybody's far away. But
Well,
it's okay.
I mean, if I'm the CEO of Walmart or Safeway, all those places, I'll be happy as fuck right now.
Fernando just thinking about the money. He doesn't give a shit about people.
No, they're making all the money right now. If I just knew this gonna happen, I'll buy all the hand sanitizers in the world. I'll just be selling right now.
And the toilet
Like
paper too.
$100 the thing, the small thing.
It's illegal.
You
It's
see those
illegal to
guys? They
resell.
get.
Yes, illegal if you raise the price.
All right.
Did you see that? The guy gets stuck with $10,000 worth of hand sanitizer in Australia, and they said, "We're not
he was
giving you
he was
money."
trying to get him
Yeah.
back to the store, not to sell it.
Yeah, they're like, no, you keep that, no return.
But of course, I mean, and I think it's a good punish because, you know, you're being selfish, not thinking about other people. You want to buy everything for yourself. But what about your neighbors? If they have kids, they want to take care, or like older people, they want to take care of them. But you're like, fuck all of you. I'm going to buy everything for myself and I don't care. But what if this like virus really bad and everyone will die? You need to think about your surroundings, not only about yourself.
Well,
That's
if there
right.
was enough masks for your town, hope everybody has a mask and sanitizer. I mean, if you have it all, then they get sick and then they come to you and you're rubbing sanitizer all over yourself. You're not going to stop this monster, right? You know?
Just put a t-shirt or whatever you under fucking wear like on your face and that's it.
It's pretty popular. But so anybody here, any changes, any updates like from friends? Any of your friends have this stuff? Anybody's?
I don't know.
Yeah. One of my my wife's friend, she used to babysit my baby. One of his sisters, she passed away for that.
Oh wow!
Like a month ago.
But how was you?
Yeah, that was terrible, man. Because
I want to tell you one thing. What's going on? Like in Russia, I got some like news. The people, because like not many cases over there going on, and people who just dying in like hospitals, the doctors or whatever, they call in the families like, oh, like for example, your family member passed away. We're gonna give you the money and fill up the papers. He passed away from coronavirus.
Wow.
Suspicious.
Yeah, because they want to put more cases to like, you know, because nobody believes there over there. I mean, like all the public places are closed, but people don't care still. And they paying money like, okay, he died. We're going to give you money and we're going to like report it as a coronavirus.
I have a crazy idea here. You know, I think Mexico will become the new China of manufacturing.
Actually, you know what? In Mexico, nobody died yet that I know. I've been watching the news. Nobody. Zero people.
Well, Trump's pulling all these companies. Japan's pulling companies out of China. People are getting mad at China. So I think, why not Mexico? Then Mexico becomes a wealthy country right next to America. That would be pretty interesting.
No, they want to bring everything back to the United States. That's what they want. They want other people up here have a job, not up there. Because what happens is when they send all the companies to China, Mexico, all the people from the United States, they don't got no jobs. So they want to bring the companies back like that. Everybody can, you know, be busy working, stuff like that, you know, less homeless, you know, stuff like that.
That's true. We started outsourcing in 2007. I was in real estate. The market crashed. I lost my business because all the banks went out of business. And then I see these guys, I have a t-shirt company. I'm getting t-shirts for 3 cents from China. I'm starting a tap out or whatever. And then everybody was, I'll go to China. I'll go to China. I'll go to China. You could buy everything for 3 cents. And before you know it, you know, there was no companies here. There was no trabajo. There was no work.
Yeah.
You know?
No trabajo aquí.
No.
But it's so hard to argue with the China when you own them like more than like $70 trillion.
Yeah.
It's really hard. So they still control you, and the China controls a lot of countries because countries own the money. And they're smart. They're really smart. Maybe they're doing like some shitty cheap stuff, but they know
how to that's for sure.
Make money.
Yeah, we're all suspicious of what's really going on. I mean, we were supposed to, you know,
nobody knows.
We were supposed to have a trade deal where they were going to buy half as much as they were selling because they were like not buying anything American and only selling their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's go out for dinner. You buy me steak. Next time I take you for a glass of water. You know, it's so true. But I mean, is there anything like Fernando? Is there anything in Mexico? They talking about opening the city or anything?
They were talking about people in China they were sending stuff for like protection, like the mask and all that from China. They're sending it to Mexico. Like Mexican people was buying it. And they were talking about, well, let's send them tortillas and cheese so they can make quesadillas instead of eating bats. So
all the stuff that China sent to Mexico, send it back, because that's the corona right there, man.
I mean, how does it feel to have this disease named after one of your favorite beers? Is my question. You know what I mean? Why can't it the Heineken virus? Why can't it be the Pabst Blue Ribbon virus? You know what I mean?
Hey, why you gotta be Mexican beer?
No, but this coronavirus is not just like made up. It's been long time ago. It was like, if you're gonna look up, it's coronavirus exists for a long time, but this is just like mutation of the coronavirus. Is different type of coronavirus, but this is not just it's coronavirus and like became in 2019. No, it's been a long time ago. If you're gonna like do a research in 2010, in 2005, it's been coronavirus, but different with different like disease and all that stuff.
I mean, the only thing everybody's taking, like everybody is like putting more attention of the deaths and all the people that are getting sick than before, because before the coronavirus was like exists before. But nobody even pay attention of the deaths and nothing of that. So everybody was doing his like own thing. But now everybody's taking track of all the deaths. So people start getting crazy and getting scared.
But they don't track any other death. They track only.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, only that. Because if you track any dead in the planet, you'll be scared of anything. Like you won't be like even eating because you'll be scared of doing whatever.
People died of wearing purple pants. 18 people today in Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. Like, hey, people die because they eat this thing. It's like, well, now everybody everybody's gonna stop eating that.
You see how many people die? The drunk driving, they die a lot more than that. A lot of people. One of my friends, he posted on Instagram. See, look, everybody's scared of the coronavirus, but if you look, all the people that driving, drinking and stuff like that, they die almost 3 times is coronavirus in a day.
So the coronavirus is killing drunk driving. So it's very good. But it's not killing bad drivers. You can ask Haji. The drivers are driving like assholes out there on the street lately.
It's nobody in the street. It's nobody in the street.
On the highway, when I'm driving the highway, people are like, "Rah," and they're not paying attention. I'm like, what? I like to drive fast, but people that aren't good at it, you know what I mean?
Oh, crazy, yeah.
I think the only thing scares people because of coronavirus, not how it affects people and how fast it's spreading around the world, maybe because of this. But if it was like regular flu spreading around the world of people, it would be same scary, but we don't know. And I think we as a regular human beings will never find out the truth. Is it true virus? Is it made up? Is it political or like whatever is going on?
It's a puppet show.
We cannot change anything. We just have to accept the fact. Whatever the powerful people tell us, we have to do, and that's it. Unfortunately,
I talked to a guy in Italy. I also was with Hav. I couldn't put up the podcast because of the timing, but we talked with Islam, and they weren't allowed. He wasn't allowed to drive over to Habib's house because they lived like 30 minutes away, and everything was strict in Dagestan because they have less hospitals. They have very healthy, strong people, but think about it. If 1 or 2 or 3 viruses get out in that town or in Dagestan, it'd be very rough. Think about like we're here in America. We have big infrastructure hospitals. So I said that's logical, but that was the crazy thing. I mean, you guys heard all this crap, talking, oh, you wouldn't want to fight me. It's like, dude, once you fly internationally and you get locked overseas, like I was saying, I say this every podcast. What if Tony Ferguson was training in Dagestan and when the shit broke out? He would be on the airplane home, right?
Yeah.
You know?
But what if he has to go all the way to Dagestan to fight? That would be different.
Yeah, well, that would be a real, like, let's really see. You know what I mean?
But you know one thing, because in Russia they given fine to people if you're outside. And today I heard the news, and it was my question before, and it became real. They gave a fine to a homeless person because he was outside.
Wow.
I'm like, he doesn't have home. How the fuck you giving him like fine?
It's not even gonna pay that shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like they like, you know, they catching people being outside. They put them like, I mean, not in a small like Dagestan or my republic. Like I said, yeah, they don't do like the police cannot control you that much because you still have connections to someone who controls the police over there. But like, for example, in Moscow, St. Petersburg, if they catch you outside, they can't say like give you a fine or like take you like to prison.
In Italy, I was told by another guy that owns a jiu-jitsu gym that some people were getting their ass beat on the street by the cops because they were fed up with catching people outside.
Yeah.
And this guy was so stir crazy. He's been locked up. You Americans did this. It was the Chinese. I'm like, pick a side, buddy. You know what I mean? I go, oh yeah, and then we did it to ourselves because that's what we do. And I was like, no, this is not us on you, you know. But there was so much media control around the world, all the propaganda and fake news. Like China could say some fake news, or some other country could say some fake news, or someone who doesn't like America says some fake news. So he was starting to feel it. And my friends, I talked to Enrico. He's been sitting in his house ever since he left AKA. You know?
Wow.
And, I mean, we can go outside here. They can't do that. They can go outside around the perimeter of the building, but if you don't have a yard, like I can go for a 10-mile walk if I want.
I was watching him on Instagram. He was hitting the back.
Yeah.
I mean, class in the United States, the people get stimulus check, but in other countries, I don't know if the government supports them. This is hard too.
We don't get anything.
No.
And I mean, maybe it's not a big amount, but United States government does something for people, you know. Maybe it's not $10,000 like everybody expects, but still.
They will give you money though. I got a check, and you know, in my bank account.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good thing. You know, Fernando's being honest. He's like, no, he didn't get anything. He just got.
I didn't get sued.
They were giving
I think I make a lot of money, so I didn't get any check.
Fernando.
They were giving a bag of rice, like in here. That was it. Hey, you can't get a bag of rice.
Fernando's playing it off, man. He just got a modeling contract for Modelo beer. You know, he's just he's trying to keep
make
it down.
right.
He's being humble.
Yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Well, I mean, shit. Your fight, his fight, then you guys have to think, damn, what do I do? Every entertainment, imagine all the NFL football players, they got salaries. They're lucky. But if this kept going another year, probably not, right? There's probably
maybe if this goes all the season of football, like if it goes all the way to November, October.
Yeah, and NFL gonna get broke.
It's no football. It's no football this year. It's out. It's complete out. It's not Super Bowl this year.
You know about soccer, about Juventus? Did you hear about that just when this started happening?
They lost a lot of money. They lost a lot of money.
They were playing against I think it was Inter, and one of the guys was infected, so they quarantined all Juventus. And then Ronaldo took off to his own island. He said, "Screw this."
Yeah,
he's like, "I'm out."
Yeah, he has his island, right?
He probably said, I'll put you on my Instagram if you let me out of here and make you famous, Mr. Police Officer." I'm kidding. No, but you know, that's Habib's buddy. You know, it's like crazy because everybody's just getting locked down, and it's interesting to say what's happening to celebrities. How much do we care about Kim Kardashian right now? How much do we care about?
No.
I never care about her.
Yeah, me neither. Who's that though?
It's crazy because so I'm happily married, but what did I see? Will Harris post the other day. He says, you know, I should have had a girlfriend before this happened, or I should have had a wife. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. But then some guys are trapped at home with the wrong one.
Yeah.
you know, and they're like, what
After a week.
Nah,
After a
but,
day.
hey, you know what? I'm happy at home. You know, everything is good at home. I'm, you know, it's a good thing. It's a bad and good what happens because I'm at home more time than never, and I'm really happy. I see a lot of things in my house that I spend a lot of time in the house that I'm really happy that I couldn't done it before because I'm always here working there. You know, I've never spent time in the house. Now I'm good. I like it.
Of course, you like with your kids, grandkids, everything. You like happily. You can be retired and happy. You know, it's
Yeah.
family. It's most important thing, anyways. Like money is important. Money is freedom, but family, it's your happiness.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yep.
Stimulus checks and some burritos, and you're okay. No, I like carne asada myself, but I was gonna do this whole podcast.
I just see it right now.
Did you? Me gusta. You know, we were gonna do a podcast in Spanish eventually. Mowgli was supposed to come on. You know, Salim was supposed to come on, but of course, it's
Are
hilarious.
you speak Spanish?
He pretends. I have a video. He's like, "Hey, hermanos!" Look, he almost convinced me.
That's the only word.
No, but I mean, is there any Latino podcasts for MMA in Spanish?
It must be. There must be something, but I don't know.
No, we don't. I've never heard of one. You say you never heard. He never. So
No.
Ask Canelo. He probably knows.
yeah.
No, he don't need that thing. He had more like $800 million in the bank, so it's good.
Yeah, it was funny. Enrico was telling me how much he liked to spar with you for Fernando. He was like, Fernando. Now I like sparring with him for some reason, you know, because he has heavy hands, as Coach knows, and Coach knows. So he liked your heavy hands.
Fernando never say no. It's a good thing too. I like it. A lot of
No,
people
wait. Go back again. Go back again, my brother. Fernando never said no. No. Fernando was the no.
Not to me, at least.
Well, I mean, to anybody else who doesn't, we haven't formally introduced everybody. We have Hector, the coach, over on the bottom below me here. We have Fernando, one of Habib's top sparring partners. And then we have the Russian ambassador over here, Haji. That's how it works. But
I'm actually Russian American, so
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm Russian ambassador in the United States and American ambassador in Russia.
That's right. Yeah, you became a citizen recently. Congratulations. You know?
Thank you.
He deserves it.
And it's good it happened before all this virus because it's gonna affect a lot of people who's waiting their cases, you know, their hearing dates.
I think that this is gonna
and you deserve it, my brother.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
That's really what the podcast was, to welcome you to America. One more time.
That was it. All right, man.
Especially Fernando welcoming me.
For sure. I will tell you in Spanish. Bienvenido.
So what are you thinking? Are you still thinking about boxing, Fernando?
Oh yeah. It's always in my mind. Always. Yeah. Every time I feel like it's going away, it just breaks my heart. But I like, for sure, I gotta go back to boxing.
But why MMA initially? Because it was more easy to get more fights quicker, or?
I actually went to San Jose to AKA at the beginning for boxing, and Javier and me were looking for promoters and managers. We fly to LA one time to meet with a manager from Golden Boy, and then from a different manager. But stuff got hard because of my contract that I have with these people in Mexico, and so I got some lawyers to cancel the contract. And before I canceled the contract, Bellator offered me the contract with them to sign with them, and I was like, well, just gonna start doing this before, and then I go back when the contract is over. I go back to boxing, but I got stuck in MMA. Then I started liking it, and I just want to do both now. Like, I don't want to go back to boxing and forget about MMA. I want to do both.
Yeah, no, you get some punches in anyways. But nobody, I mean, anybody watching this show doesn't know that, you know, you were the main training partner for Habib during the Poirier fight. And, you know, because you got the heavy hands, man. And that's why they like having you. And, you know, and that's the thing. It's like you guys get a quick shine on Instagram, but you're here with me in the long conversation. So other people don't know, like the people put in time. You know, Habib fights against a pro boxer. You have a pro boxing career, right?
Yeah. I got more than like 16 years training boxing. I got a lot of amateur and professional. And yeah, I started working with Khabib since McGregor fight. Since he was a southpaw, that was the first time I stepped in the cage with him.
And what happened? How was it? How was the sparring with Khabib?
Well, at the beginning it was hard.
And it's still hard.
It's still hard. No, I learned more than me helping him. He was helping me more than like me helping him, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I talked to Rustam the other day. You know, he's a new guy. You know, he's in the beginning levels, but he's like, you know, yeah, my fight got canceled, but there's still so far to go in my life. He goes, at least I get to be part of the training camp with Habib, and I think a lot of guys take that away because the camp is a couple months long, and a fight is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes max. Usually 15 if you're still working up the ranks at the most, if it's a 3-round.
Yeah.
But you know, it's an experience. It kind of lets you know exactly where you are. You don't have to.
And he's only 21.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. He helped me a lot from my last fight too.
He's very good. He's really good, that guy. He's really good. Heavy hands, heavy kicks. He's pretty good.
I gotta ask a question to Hector. So Hector, like you've been coaching, you've seen guys that look like he's probably not going anywhere. And all of a sudden, 2 years later, there's somebody. Have you seen that happen? Your time being a coach?
I'll be honest with you. And me, every time that I work with anyone and I see like they learn slow, but they got the potential, I never think that way. I'm always think like anybody can be good if just practice.
Yeah.
I never think that way. Never. That's just me. You know, I work with a lot of people, and sometimes people take longer to learn things, but as soon as they get it, they're like that.
Yeah.
So I never think that way. Though I think everybody, I never think like that. I think everybody can be good.
It's like a Rottweiler, you know. They learn slow, but they remember for life. But a German Shepherd, they learn fast and forget fast.
That must be me.
Yeah. No.
No, but I mean, but I mean, you know, Haji's here to fight, and it's like, can you remember? I'll ask you this, Haji. Like when you started fighting, right? Can you see the difference of where you were and where you are? You feel the muscle memory, the moves, your brain, the way you think of fighting, and what you thought fighting was, and then you came to AKA?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's completely different. And the only thing I moved to AKA, the most important, because as soon as I heard the David, I mean, I met Hector on a fight when I was fighting and David was fighting. And then David told me, like, we have sparrings like 3-4 times a week. I'm like, okay, I want to train at this place. And I think for me, this is the reason I grew up from like beginner to where I am right now. I'm not considering myself like high level guy, but at least, you know, I have confidence to step up with anyone. I lose, okay, but I have confidence to fight there. I know I'm not going to lose like I would lose before.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
have potential to win.
Me as a coach, I see him improve a lot. It's inspiring. He's more relaxed. He's for me, for the beginning, it was kind of nervous sparring, maybe like everybody else going any gym for the first time. But he improved a lot. He's more relaxed. Like you said, he inspired anybody, got confidence. And for me, I see him improve a lot in a lot of things.
I remember it was a little while ago, a few months ago, he goes, finally, I was able to keep that guy from taking me down today. I'm not going to say who or anything, but I remember Haji's like, finally, I was able to stop that thing that keeps coming at me.
I know who you're talking about.
No, like I see improvements in conditioning, in takedown defense, and in my striking. And I mean, in a lot of things, like I say, like, but of course, like, it's still sparring is sparring. Like, I want to see improvements in the fight because I fought like over 2 years ago the last time, and I would love to see that happen and to tell myself, I really improved. Because like in a sparring, you can improve every day because you don't have that, you know, weight on your shoulders because it's sparring. I still get nervous every time I go there, but I enjoy that. I drive every time to the gym. I'm like, I don't want to spar, but then like another second, I'm like, wow, I want to spar so bad, and I'm so motivated. But fight is different, and I want to go there, experience the new me in the cage, and see if I really improved on that level or it's just like at the gym.
What
But
about
of course it did, but I want to like see it, you know, I want to like declare it in my record.
what about you, Fernando? I mean, you've been training. I watched some of your fights. You're a boxer, and I see you throwing grappling moves or choking some guy out. I go, what the?
Yeah.
I was waiting for some hammers to just keep coming.
I mean, is it AKA has the best wrestlers?
Fernando got good too.
Yeah, you gotta learn. So the things they're doing to me, I'm just doing it to the people I'm fighting.
I thought you were like imitating a Brazilian very well. You look like you came from a jiu-jitsu family. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. You know, like
is the body react to stuff that you train in every day? Like, hey, I'm not a grappler, but AK has the best wrestlers and the best rappers on the world, and that like people doing to me on practice. So it's just easy for me that my body reacts to all of that and just take advantage of the situation. And I just lapped out. So my other fight, I won by a choke, and that was like my body made that reaction. Like I was not thinking about doing it. I just jump on the guy back and choke it.
You just saw the opportunity. But
yeah.
Hector, how did you come to be part of AKA? You got to be a special guy to be part of Javier's gang. He's very selective about the type of coaching.
Well, I was practicing there, and then I got my group in the back, and there's two rooms in the back, so I was practicing with a lot of people. And I guess Javier see me how I was coaching the guys because I wasn't training. I wasn't taking classes anymore. I was just teaching guys in the back. So Javier goes, "Why don't you coach?" And I was like, "I want to continue fighting, And he goes, "Why don't you help me out?" I said, "Okay." So, talking to me, and I said, "Okay, I don't got no experience or nothing like that, but, I'm going to give you these guys. I think what you've been doing with those guys in the back, just continue doing it." So I started practice with different guys, and Javier started giving me some people, and then that's how everything started. And then Javier goes like, "Just continue what you're doing, and then you're doing a pretty good job." So Javier helped me out a lot in those things. And every time that I make a mistake or I'm doing something incorrectly, it's Javier always say, "Hector, this is what you're supposed to do, this and that." So Javier helped me out a lot, and that's how everything started. And now that I've been coaching for a little bit, I've been learning a lot of things because just being a coach is not easy. It's hard. First of all, it's when you training somebody for a fight, it has to be exactly for that fight. If you because it's different people, different fights, different they got different styles. So you gotta know all that, and not just that. You have to know when you go in the corner what to say, what to tell them. But it's a lot of things, and I've been learning with Bob too in the corner too. So it's how everything started. Javier just he helped me out a lot. Coach Javier, he's the man. Thankful for all that always.
Last night I talked with the twins, and I talked with Jemmy, and they were just like, "This place is awesome. This place is awesome." They were like, they were the best advertising I've ever seen for AKA. Coach Javier, he's the man. He's very good. The coach is good, and the Ron Kessler's good, and Hector's good. And they loved everything there. So it's impressive to connect with somebody so young. These guys are 21 years old, and they realize what they have. A lot of 21-year-olds, you put them there, they don't realize what they have, the opportunity. You're training in history. When Fernando's sparring with Habib, he's training in history. He's part of the history books, whether you realize that or not. Maybe it's not on your record, but you're part of that experience. Yeah. So I take it because I'm filming it. So I'm taking in the story. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I see it. You're just like, "Don't let him grab my legs." That's all that's how you think.
But you know what? Fernando, he got good because before they're taking that holiday easy. Now it's hard to to take him down. It's hard. Because I think he got tired. He got punched in the face.
Is that
Yeah,
the thing?
I mean, I feel like I'm a completely different fighter before and after the sparring with Khabib, or the two camps I did with him. Like, I'm a completely different fighter before and after.
Well, I mean, Haji has his own experience with a guy that's trying to grab those legs. You know, it's funny because grabbing the legs, takedowns, single leg, double leg, whizzer, judo throw, you know what I mean? It's when I used to get a lot of street fights, people were afraid to stand with me. First thing they would do is go for my legs. And I was a judo guy. And I was a judo guy. So I'm used to this. And, you know, I'm used to standing up. But they're like in on my legs every time because I'm tall. They're like, oh, grab the tree by the bottom. And I was like, there has to be a counter for this, right? And this is what's funny. I asked this guy, he comes to this gym. I'm working at a health club. He goes, oh, I trained with Ken Shamrock. This is that long ago. We're talking maybe 18 years ago, the beginning of MMA, right? I'm working at a health club. And I go, so what do you do to stop somebody coming in on your legs? So he didn't tell me sprawl. He says, cross your legs together like this and just kind of put your knees at him like this. I'm like,
like, what is that?
I don't know. It's the bionic scissor. I mean, if anything annoys a tall guy, especially Haji, how long did the legs, grabbing your legs?
Nothing annoys me.
Okay, you enjoy it.
Yeah, right. He's always. Nobody's comfortable being on his back unless you're like a black belt.
No, I didn't say I feel comfortable or I feel okay, but nothing annoys me. To get annoyed, you have to get into my like mental system, but you're not gonna get inside. Yeah, physically you can win, but not mentally. So
you're still winning. You're like, I'm winning. No, I'm joking. But you know,
whatever. If you lose, you lose. What can you do? You cannot be the strongest man in the world.
Once you're out, like unconscious, you don't feel nothing.
You're like, I'm winning. No, it feels like that's the thing that annoyed me the most was takedowns, guys with really good ground skills. Even though if I was implementing them, that was one thing. But having them done on you, that's another thing, man. That's like you come against wrestlers, for you guys both coming probably. Haji, what were you doing before AKA martial arts? Street fighting, taekwondo? What was your art?
Yeah, like street fighting, whatever, like.
Yeah.
But you know, like my fight before AK, all my fights, like the longest fight was like 40 seconds. Somehow I was like just winning, like let's call it like lucky punch, lucky kick, or whatever, lucky submission. But honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just winning, like boom, knockout, boom, knockout, boom, submission, boom. So like all my before AK, so like all my 10 wins was like under 1 minute.
And then you came to the reality check called AKA.
Yeah.
It's
and right now I really want to test myself. Yeah, I want to go there, test myself too, and we'll see what's the reality, you know.
What is it? You guys are both kind of like in the middle of your path. You and Fernando, like Fernando was with Combate. You get offered Bellator. You're trying to get to Bellator or UFC or Contender or anything.
Me, yeah, Contender. I don't know, for some reason. I'm not saying like anything good or bad, like, but I'm trying to get to Contender or UFC. I think I'm too old to be in a Bellator and stuck there. Unless they pay really good money, I might consider it. But I don't know. It's just my goal, just to get there. Because a lot of people just like, for example, Khabib, he was dreaming to become a world champion. Honestly, my goal right now to get there, to prove to myself I can be a part of the like best organization in the world. And after that, probably I set up the new goal, like to be a champion of this organization. But right now, reality, I want to get there and say like, I have accomplished a lot, you know.
When I look at Rustam, he's just like, hey man, I know I have to train a lot here before I try to jump. And there's some people that jump and they hop and they're 10 fights up and they're at the top, and you're like, how did that happen? But how old were you when you started training, Fernando? How old were you?
I was 14 years old.
Yeah, young.
When I started, I was started Taekwondo when I was 4 years old, and
Wow.
since then, and then I stopped Taekwondo when I was 13, and then I switched to boxing.
Wow.
And then, like, I haven't stopped training contact sport, but just different type.
Lucky you.
Well, Hector probably started street fighting first, my guess.
Let me tell you this: the
My
street
goodness.
fighting, nobody beat me. I got more fights than anybody in the street.
That's true.
That's where I grew up.
That's right. That's where Hector's from. I had a
And let me
feeling.
tell you something. Nobody knows that much about me, but I got amateur fights too. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time. For you can ask Fernando. You can ask a lot of people that I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time. It's just I haven't trained with those guys, but we used to do it every single day in the room upstairs. We used to do it 10, 15 rounds, 5-minute rounds. 1 minute break, keep going. With Fish, with DC, with Cable, everybody upstairs. We used to do it all the time. But a lot of people know nothing about me. They just know that I'm a coach. I just know how to hold pads, but I know my stuff too.
Man, we're just the big happy bears pretending to be nice guys. Once you reach a certain point, well, shit, I'm old enough to be the father to these two young men easily, and it's like
I never seen a nice bear.
yeah,
They can kill you.
That's a teddy bear.
yeah, the teddy bears.
I mean, teddy bear in your bedroom?
Yeah.
No, bear is like dangerous, like fucking grizzly.
I think, guys, Fernando should have his own Latino television show, or he should also get in telenovelas. Do you guys agree with me?
I need a cute girl on my side to be talking to me. Not just me. To get some guys.
Why you need a cute girl on your side? You need cute
to
girl
be talking. To have more male fans on this thing.
That's how it works. Well, you know what? You guys are trying to figure it out. You try to grow your social media. One day you're getting all these following because you took a cool picture with somebody. We know who that is.
Yeah.
And you get all these followings, right? Same with my Instagram. Same with your Instagram. We're like, how come I'm not growing? And then you see people and they jump out and they do a podcast and they're like, here we go. I got 3 fights. I'm going to do a podcast. And we're like,
They barely know about the sport and they talking like they're super professional.
oh yeah. That's the, well, you guys are like, oh, another one of those guys. You know what I mean? But I mean, the truth is it's about a conversation. It's not about a hard interview. Like, how's your stand-up? How's your blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at even Hector's podcasting. That's how cool podcasting is now. And I know he's probably, is this your first podcast, Hector?
Yes.
Yeah.
They always invite me to hold on.
We have another guest.
No, no, you cannot say hi.
Yeah, say hi. We'll say, who's this?
Of course. Hi.
Hola. Hi.
I got a lot of ouchies.
She's a fighter too.
Oh, yeah.
The future.
Yeah, but
My ouchies.
yeah, it's my first one. Yeah.
So that's my ouchies.
No, they don't want to see you, ouchie.
Ouch.
Yeah, see.
Oh.
See?
Wow.
See, she's running too much. She's blocking. She knows how to check the kicks.
Yeah. She's a big girl now. She's ready to. She's not crying. She can show the ouchie with pride.
I know you're not crying like Fernando. Get kicked.
Yeah.
But what is the most?
When I was a baby.
Nina.
Need calling by backup. I need backup in there.
She's trying to help us move this along. You know how it is, right? I don't know. I talk to you guys for 5 seconds in the gym. I give you an idea. Hey, dude, here's a video, and then we all go home into our own worlds. And that's like the podcast. I'm doing this so all your brothers at the gym can see you and see each other. And maybe I'll have one with the whole damn team on here, and that would be hilarious. Have
20 people
oh my
at the same
God.
time.
The full AK podcast.
We'll have Javier give his end of the practice speech, Anybody get any questions?
How many people you can put in a Zoom? Like
100,
50?
150, 200.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. You can.
Yeah, you could do a whole gym cast. You know what I mean? You know, I mean,
A lot.
if you're single, you could talk to 800 women at the same time, like Tony Robbins.
But you're not gonna see them. They're gonna small windows.
You're like, who's that? No, this does pretty good though. I like Zoom, and you know, some people have the podcast studio like Joe Rogan. Now he's using Zoom. He has to. You know what I mean? So everything's being equal. They're firing people on the radio station because they're like, we're watching people on podcasts now. We don't need your
Everybody,
antenna.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's using Zoom now.
Well, my idea is that there should be a Latino podcast. All the Latino guys talk about MMA out of AKA.
In Spanish.
Yeah, in Spanish, and there should be a Russian podcast. You know, and I have my translator right there, Haji. That's my translator for the Russian podcast.
What about your wife?
Well, you know, some cultures it might be a little different. You know what I'm saying? It just depends.
Yeah.
You know, my wife is like, "Why are you making me be on this podcast for? Who are these guys?" You know how it is. But I don't know. It's like you're a fighter, so you'd be better at it translating what's being said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'd be like, "What's an armbar?" You know what I mean?
What's an armbar? I don't know. What's an armbar?
What is the armbar, Fernando?
I don't know. I won one time with an armbar, but I didn't know I was doing it. I was like, damn, man, what is this?
Is there any Olympic wrestling in Mexico?
There's a team, but they never qualified.
Mm. That's interesting.
This
Fernando, that's
That's pretty sad.
Fernando. What even you say that, bro?
He's like, and they never.
yeah, because they don't get we don't get any support, any support right now from like the president or anybody. Like the people that are giving support to if you don't play in soccer, you don't get any support from in here.
Is Mowgli?
I know there's a lot of talent. I know there's some girls like even just asking for money so they can travel to pay this on like own flight to like travel. I don't know to out of the country to just get on the tournament and stuff because nobody's paying them like the hotels or the flights or anything. So they have to get their own money and pay and so they can compete.
You know,
So that's hard. Like now I have to work. I can't do this. If nobody's paying me, I can't do this like forever. So the people that has talent, they're all quitting because nobody's supporting them.
Yeah, I know. I mean, MMA is big in Russia, where Haji's from. At least it's becoming that way, isn't it?
How can I talk about it? I haven't been home like for 11 years. From wherever I see, yeah, it become big.
Yeah,
it's really becoming big. But to talk about something, you have to experience on your own. You know, you have to be there to see there. But like I said, I haven't been home since 2009.
Wow.
And yeah, it's a lot of guys fighting, and it's a couple of good big promotions for like whatever.
GFC.
And, what?
GFC. Habib's promotion.
Yeah, GFC, ACA, like M1 promotion. I mean, it's American, but they're based in Russia, and like some other like RCC, whatever. Man, they pay good money too. And guys, of course, they can fight.
Would you guys
fight, and
would
a lot
you
of
go
guys
fight
can
there?
wrestle.
Would you go fight in Russia? Would you go fight in Russia, Fernando?
No.
No. He said no.
Right away, answer is no.
Why?
Why,
I prefer to
Fernando?
fight in
Why?
Vegas. I prefer to fight right here.
Because
I would go. It would
Oh.
bring all people I know haven't seen me for a long time. It would bring them there like in one, and I would have huge support. I would go fight in Russia, and
Yeah.
plus I could spend time with my family after I win.
The money's good and the fights are hard. The fights are not easy in Russia. They don't send you there they send you there to be if you're at the end of your career, you're not going there to win.
No.
You ever watch
Yep.
some of those Russian fights? I've seen friends of mine go over there and get smoked. You know, like,
Yeah.
what were you thinking? But the worst part is the 16-hour flight. You know,
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
and then you get there and you're in Moscow and it's cold and you're like, oh shit. You know,
Listen, from Moscow to like Kaliningrad is like also like 12-13 hour flight. So, but it's in Russia.
wow,
Wow.
yeah, that's true.
So that the only good part of going to fight over there is the comeback when you come back home.
You would have to get there a month in advance to acclimate. I think it would take a month. I mean, it's like look at Mexico City, how dangerous that was many years ago for one of your teammates to not go there and get used to the altitude. You know what I mean?
Kim Velasquez?
Yeah,
There's
that
a lot,
was
there's people.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to fight over there.
no,
You can ask Mowgli and Alejandro fight over there. They didn't like it.
no.
Well, my family live up there. Let me tell you, when I go up there, just to walk around for 10 minutes, man, I feel like I was running for like 20 miles
Heavy.
and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's you start breathing hard. It's hard up there. It's not easy.
Well, the first UFC was what way up in Denver, like super high altitude. So did we really see what they could do? I mean, it does probably take 30-40% of your performance altitude. I mean,
Yeah. You
unless
had to be at least at least a month before the fight, at least.
yeah, that's a rough one. But I mean, you know, if you go to a foreign country when they had Pride, Japan would say, "Hey, Rampage, 3-day notice, fly to Japan."
Yeah. And they were already retired.
Yeah, they were ready for him to lose, so they wanted him to lose. They go, "Let's invite him 10 minutes and then the airplane ride."
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Well, what are you guys are going to do with the rest of your time? Is everybody finished watching all of Netflix? There's nothing left, or?
Yeah.
I
I'm
watch
watching
Netflix.
I'm watching boxing. Muhammad Ali.
That's a good
I
one.
always finish one season of everything in a day. One season a day of like whatever.
Yeah.
One season a day.
Yeah,
How many hours are you watching TV, Fernando?
a lot.
I tell you training. You
I'm
see, you
training,
want it.
but even when I'm training, I got the TV on, so I'm
Hector,
watching.
he's training. He's trying to become the world champion. The person who eats most tacos.
Hot dogs. Yeah.
No,
I'm getting in that competition.
Hey, Fernando, you got fat, brother. What's going on?
Aw, I got a lot of love over here.
No, you got a lot of food.
I'm just
a lot of food.
trying to keep it balanced here, man. I mean,
Okay, tell me, guys, what you think? When at least we're gonna go back to gym? Hector, you the closest person to the coach as a coach. What you think? When the AK gonna be reopened? At least for professional fighters.
Oh, it's not gonna be soon.
I mean, all
So
depends on the governor,
you think
right?
none of us, I mean, except UFC guys, none of us gonna be able to fight till like fall?
hmm.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen.
September, I
Soon.
think.
Yeah.
I think my next fight is gonna be on October, something like that.
I was planning to go to home to in October.
Everybody's fighting during Christmas.
Yeah.
Day.
Hey, we good. Everybody's getting money. Shopping.
Well, I tell you what, I know this because of my wife's work. She works for the county. There's a good chance she goes back to work early May, first week.
No,
So-
everybody's going back to work in May, but it's still, you got to stay away from people. So they're going to let you go to work, but they're not you cannot be hanging out with people after work like 10, like it still be the same.
Yeah.
Well, they can start making those close, like the fights, like close to the fans, close to the people. Just the
No,
fighter.
they're not going to.
No.
But just
So you think we're not gonna train in AK in May, June?
I'm not.
No, I'm
I
not
can
going
say
back.
I don't know.
I'm
don't
not
know.
going
I'm
back
just like
to-
saying your opinion. I'm not saying you know. I'm just
No,
like
my opinion. I don't think so. My opinion. I don't
I
think
think
so.
June. I think June.
Yeah, even if the gym opens tomorrow, I won't go until July. I will stay here in Mexico.
I think probably June.
I
could
go.
open up. Yeah, June is my guess. But that's because California has seen some of the best numbers for the virus. We've had the
Santa
best,
Clara, yeah.
we've had the best going down. You know what I mean? So that Santa Cruz had 90 cases and 30 something people recovered and only one dead person.
What about San Jose? I think we have the least, no? The
No, we got a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, San
Santa
Jose
Clara
is
got a
big.
lot of people.
But there's a lot of people in San Jose. That's why.
A
Yeah.
lot of people.
And that's the other thing. You bring that back to the fight. You want Habib to hang out in the epicenter. That was the epicenter of California. One of them, that in Los Angeles, was Santa Clara County. It was like the most people. Like, oh, just wait for the fight there in the middle of that. No, go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever. What do you guys think about the fights at the Apex Center?
I
Contender.
would fight.
Those fights.
What
That
fights?
what?
UFC is going to be putting their fights on where they put on the Contender Series.
Are like close to people.
Yeah, well, no.
And fighters gonna stay like 2 in the line. Yeah, outside.
6 feet apart. Yeah.
And like a Costco line. Yeah?
Both of them doing shadow boxing from far away.
So they
Whoever do
two-
better shadow boxing wins.
No, you go 2 inside, you fight, and you leave. And then next 2 going in, they fight,
And then you get out.
Yeah.
I think it'll go like this. We'll get some sticks and it'll be stick fighting, like big, long 20-foot sticks. And
Whoever falls in the water.
Yeah.
Can I use a gun?
Whatever you want, man.
Hey, you see those people sparring? They put the videos on Instagram like 6 feet apart, and they just throwing punches in the air and stuff like that. Like, that's really stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Indian movies, they were like this all the time.
Yes.
I did not know this. He is an aficionado of Bollywood, this gentleman, but I think it's been a good break for me, even though I wanted to finish filming camp. I wanted to see the fight. So I wasn't totally upset. I felt bad for Javier. I felt bad for you guys, I was like, this is part of your routine. I mean, you get a regular job, Hector. Fernando went back to male modeling in Latin America. He's sponsored by Adidas, which is cool. And
Hey, I'm a sponsor about this too.
Oh yeah, there you go. And then we get Haji.
Fernando, you doing online dancing for the girls?
Yeah, I'm doing the what is it called? Smash. What's it called? The app called Smash something.
They throw you a penny.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
I'm doing money right now.
Well, it's awesome having you guys on here, man. There's never a plan when I do one of these. It goes where it goes. You know what I mean?
No, we appreciate everything you do for us, man, too.
Hey, I love all you guys. I miss you all. I hope everybody's hanging in there, man. If you're bored, I'll do another one and I'll put you on with some other crazy people and we'll have another podcast. So,
hey, by the way, thanks for everything, man. You do a lot for the gym, too. We appreciate it.
Man, no problem, guys. You drive safe. You watch some more Netflix. Me?
And Fernando, you put a tape in your mouth, stop eating.
Fernando, how much is one day?
I can't tell you. I can tell you in public. DM